This is a quick, easy step on how you can replace your old drum brakes from this to this. Okay, so successfully we did that and I will be showing you the process. Okay, so this is the new shoe line that I will be installing. Okay, and we need a few tools to accomplish this mission, which is a pair of screwdriver and plier. We are good to go. Okay, so to begin the job, we need to open our drum. Okay, so the drum is open right now. Okay, I just had to turn to see if the bearings are okay. So our first process is to remove the cup, the e-spring cup. Okay, so you just hold with the plier and you twist, then successfully you pull out the e-cup and you remove the hot pin from the inspect hole, and then surge ahead to the next, which is the spring. This is the return spring. Okay, you can use the screwdriver to just hit gently as shown in the video, and it's off. Then on the bottom you remove the anchor spring, and we've removed the first shoe brake. You can come over to this also, use a finger to hold the hold pin and you rotate the e-cup. This is a cup to the spring and it will be pulled out. A flat side will be shown that you would need to align it and it will pull off. So removing it, you can see that we have the brake lever. Okay, this is the handbrake lever. Okay, so you push the spring. What you have to do is to push the spring backward. Just have to push the spring backward and you twist the lever, then you remove it. Also you can from the cable to remove it. There are so many processes. So since our shoe brake is out, we are going to move some of the components from this old brake line to the new. So we are going to remove this ring. So the ring is tightened to the pin. Okay, so you just have to open and you bile out. The process have been shown. Watch what I'm doing, and the pin was removed. So we can now move the components to the new shoe brake or the lining. So this is the rear, the back lining. So it's kind of damaged and we really need to replace this. So compare both if they are the same before installing, and if the both are the same, then surge ahead to install. So the first what I'm going to be installing is the lever. This is the handbrake lever. Okay, then you place the ring which holds the lever together with the lining, and then you bile to close the gap, which would help the lever not to pull out. Okay, so you are going to install the spring at this area. From the back, you install the spring. Yeah, you can see it's now balanced. After installing, then you can oil the adjustment area so that when adjusting it won't be difficult for you. Okay, so right now I'm applying a little oil to it. Okay, so you can test it by tightening and loosening, so that maybe if it requires you to adjust, it will be easier for you. So after done, I just had to install back, and this is the process. The first is we are going to connect back the handbrake cable, and connected. It's now connected, and the next is watch out. So in some case you might have a leaking waste cylinder. Okay, so if you notice the waste cylinder is leaking, you have to replace it, otherwise the brake would be reducing drastically. Okay, so but for mine, the brake, the way cylinder is perfect. Okay, so I had to continue the fix. Then you install the hot pin from the inspect hole. This is the hot pin. Okay, so I just had to push it from the inspect hole. This is it at the back. It's at the back. Okay, you see a hole at the back. At the same way you removed, is the same way you are going to install. And then the cup, let the flat area be aligned to the hole pin, and make sure you place the first A cup, then before the spring. This is the hold spring. It hold the lining to the backing plate. Okay, so once you've connected, the lining will be hold tight, not that much tight, or not that much tight, but it will be hold to the backing plate properly, that it won't shake or fall off. Okay, so grip, use your plier to grip the cup, and let the flatten area be aligned to the hold pin. And then once aligned that you've pushed inside, then you now need to turn. You can turn clockwise or anti-clockwise, but what matters is it keys. Okay, you can see what I just did, and successfully we've connected the rear shoe or brake. So we are to compare the other, and we connect. So first I'll place the strut, the brake strut to the other, and the return spring to the hole. So draw your spring. This is the return spring. You draw gently, and it's now connected. So if connected automatically, the strut would align. Then coming over to the bottom, we are going to connect the anchor spring. But before then, we would also hold the shoe of the brake to the backing plate. So also you do the same by installing your hold pin and the cup. Make sure the flat area passes the hold pin, and go ahead, add the spring, then the second cup, you can see the flat area, then place your hand at the right back of the wood pin. You can now turn if it has aligned. Watch. You can see. So what is required from you is to just turn once it has aligned. If it has not aligned, then it will not pass through the whole pin. But if it has aligned, it would successfully pass. So let's install the anchor spring. You can install from any side. You can install from the rear or from the front. But let's go with installing first at the rear. Okay, so there are two methods to install the spring using just a screwdriver. You can use this method, and also you can use another method like starting placing the screwdriver at the right top of the spring. Okay, so watch what I will do. I'll place the screwdriver at the right top, then install a little bit of the flat screwdriver into the lining, and then bile or adjust, and automatically you see that it's connected. So perfectly, we are done with this job. We are almost done. Okay, so watch out for in the next video. I'll be creating the function of each of these components of the weight drum. Okay, so coming over to the adjustment, there is a little gap. So this is how to adjust. You push, because if you watch closely, we see that there is a gap, okay, which would make it a little bit difficult for the strut to hold the brake lining or the shoe brake. Okay, so I would adjust it to open. So you turn down. So this was the main reason why I said you should apply a little oil to soften the adjustment or the adjuster, so you can see how free it's moving. Okay, so we adjust gradually, and you can see automatically it's getting closed. So if we do this, it will help our strut to work perfectly with the shoe brake. So you can see the gap is no more. Okay, so we are going to cover back our drum. In some case, sometimes installing back this drum can be stressful, but you just have to be patient with it. Okay, make sure the stud is directly set to the hose of the weight drum. Okay, if not set, then you can turn to set. So guys, there are other videos on the channel that you can check out: the MAF sensor, the MAP sensor, how to successfully jack up your tire, because you'll be needing that. Okay, so we've placed the drum, and there is a little noise. So if you notice yours has a noise, use your screwdriver to adjust those pan around the drum. Okay, so you are going to adjust it. In some case it might be compressed, and once compressed, it will be scraping when rotating, but if you adjust, then freely would it turn. So I hope it helps.